ready, but if I may fangirl for a moment, what does it feel like to be reunited for you two?
Feels like no time has passed at all.
We haven't changed.
Beautiful. We haven't changed one bit. Well, you haven't. Still as gorgeous as ever. Well, no, it's been great. I mean, it's been a long time. So, you know, we have a lot to catch up on as mother and son. So it's been nice. Yeah.
If we go to your meet cute story and find out what was it like when you first met, what were your first impressions of each other?
I remember that.
I remember.
You remember?
Oh, I remember.
Oh my god.
I mean, I fell in love with you the day I met you. And then I realized you were horrible.
Exactly. Yeah. I make a good first impression and then goes downhill.
Yeah. No, you arrived with two left feet shoes on. Do you remember?
I've behaved myself today. No, I can't remember that. No.
Two left feet shoes and a pipe.
Oh yeah, I do remember the pipe as a pretentious philosophy student. Yeah, I regret the pipe. I do regret the pipe.
But I was like, you've got two left shoes, and you went, yeah, I just couldn't be bothered to go back and get the right one.
Punk. It's just rock and roll. Just rock and roll.
What a rock star. We love that story. Well, as I lovingly said to you in the back, I said, I hated you. And we have to get into that because that kind of love/vitriol is something that you must get all the time. Since the show, what's been the response from fans and people on the street meeting Evil John?
Well, thankfully, I haven't been attacked or abused or anything like that. Actually, everyone I meet is very, very kind and friendly and stuff. I think because there is maybe a misconception that I get a bit of flack or I get a bit of negativity. I think people are like extra nice to me because of that. So I should keep perpetuating the lie, the rumor that I am, you know, being maligned by fans. But no, everyone's just really nice, so thank you. Thanks for being nice.
All these franchises and genres represented: fantasy, sci-fi, Star Wars, Harry Potter. What franchises speak to you? What are you a fan of?
I mean, honestly, I saw a guy with a Simpsons t-shirt earlier and a reference to, yeah, sort of an in-joke with Principal Skinner. That's kind of as deep as I go. Like, I love Lord of the Rings and I love, you know, nerdy stuff and sci-fi and fantasy stuff, but I've never kind of gone deep into a fandom in that way. Haven't gotten the kind of, the full kind of back tattoo situation. But yeah, today's the day. Maybe I'll get a lame Simpsons quote. No, I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a massive horror nerd, and that is my love language. Like franchise-wise,
I was going to say, seen any good horror films recently?
I mean, Obsession's pretty good.
I haven't seen it. People say it's good.
Yeah, you do. It's smart. But like Texas Chainsaw, I kind of like that whole some of the great, the originals also the best ever.
Yes.
So,
You're in the right place for all of those fandoms. If you have any recommendations of what fandoms they should be into, make sure you say hello at the celebrity area after the panel. Now we've got some fantastic audience questions ready. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very good.
Hello.
And I'm very excited to see you guys. My question is, as a person who really loves the books, how do you, like, if you bring the characters from the books to the screen very well, as we know, how do you prepare to play such complex and nuanced characters? And do you have any inspirations that you draw from to play Cersei and Joffrey?
I mean, I did read the first book in the book series called The Game of Thrones. Yeah, and I remember like highlighting little descriptions that George R. R. Martin had written, because I guess the TV scripts, they don't give you as much like character notes, you know, in between the dialogue. So that was definitely very helpful. And then I gave up reading the books. Quite long, but that was a good starting off point. Yeah, reading the first book, and then it's just kind of doing the costume fittings and getting into the character that way. Obviously, once you start interacting with the other actors and seeing them bring their characters to life so much, that's inspiring. So yeah, I'm inspired by great actors like Lena.
Wow.
I didn't read any of the books. I think day one they gave us the book, and I used it as an iPad problem. Not because I'm sure it's brilliant. I just don't have the focus. And we did a lot of drinking in Belfast, a lot of bonding.
Inspiration for
Drinking.
oh yeah, of course. She's a big drinker. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of research.
Red wine,
Guinness.
Guinness.
There's no better place than Belfast for a good night out. By the way, so you did put the book to good use.
Yes, I did.
Good for you.
It was a practical gift.
Smart lady. We love that. Thank you so much, sir.
No, I'm
Appreciate
sorry,
you.
I'm being no. In all seriousness, it was great writing. Do you know what I mean? And I think when you have a gift of that, you commit, and it's just much easier. Obviously, if your starting material is gorgeous, and I think all of the relationships were so mapped out that it just once you become mates and you kind of know each other and you trust each other, then everything just
clicks.
easier.
Yes. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Can't imagine anyone else in the roles. You have such great chemistry, the both of you.
Also drinking.
Drinking helps, right? You heard it here first. Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm looking here. So my question is for Lena, and it's about sense of humor and humor in general. So Cersei is like a great many things, and one of them might be a comedic genius. And I always wonder if she's aware of herself in these situations, or it's like really funny, really like, I don't know, just really witty. She's like, she knows that she's funny. So can you talk about how you would approach and develop that side of her, and also maybe like what significance and purpose humor has in your work as a writer and director? Thank you.
I'm very against humor, just on a daily basis. Yeah. Next question. No. I think again it was it was in the writing. I saw her wit as a way of survival, and also the sort of familial aspect of the Lannisters and the horrible secrets they knew about each other, and they were sort of passively aggressive towards. It was just this crazy kind of. It was like an endless Christmas dinner with them. Do you know what I mean? Where all the things came out, and they enjoyed torturing each other. And I think the only way through everything is humor. That's my philosophy.
Great question. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you brought that up. There were so many funny moments with you, but was some of it ad-lib? Were you able to sort of play around a bit?
No, we
I
never.
actually didn't really ever have it. No.
No, we
Did
get in
you?
trouble. No, they were so like they were sticklers for the.
Right.
Do you remember? And then when you had to pronounce other characters' big names, I would be like, oh, I'd be up for nights on end.
The pronunciations. And...
Like, can we just not give them a nickname?
Yeah. Just dub it in later.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel like there was obviously like a creative kind of back and forth, and you could try different things, but I feel like, yeah, as Lena alluded to, the scripts were so brilliant. They didn't need any embellishment. Yeah, that's how it felt.
Thank you. How are you?
Thank you both so much for creating such iconic characters in TV history. And I have a question for Lena. You pick such complicated female characters, which are still so rare on screen to this day. I was wondering what attracts you to the project?
Great writing. And like you say, I mean, women are generally mean, we are horribly underwritten for in most things. I think, you know, like every year there's maybe one project or two where it's, everyone's like, oh my god, you know, women are amazing because they're being written for. But, not that I'm like sitting here getting lots of offers for work, I'm not, I need a job, but I just can't do stuff that isn't exciting to me, that I, you know, is enough to make me leave my beautiful children and go and sort of deep dive into something. I need to be pulled emotionally, and it doesn't happen that often. Unfortunately.
Thank you very much.
It will change.
Thank you so much. Hi.
I just want to know, what were you given, what did you steal from the set for the last
Just between us,
I
right?
I stole a coin that the props department or whatever department, you know, put like a profile of Joffrey's face on it. So it was like a real kind of, you know, coin that they use, like the Queen's face. So I have that. I stole that one, which I just thought it was so cool. Didn't even get to see it up close. It was just one of those details that the design departments just come up with. And they were just so brilliant. So I just thought, yeah. What did you steal?
I don't take anything, I quite like to just go.
yeah. I've had enough. I'm gonna leave this all behind.
It's true, I'm like, yeah.
Did you take the throne?
Oh, the throne.
No, I sat on that, that was not comfy.
Not really. Yeah, nothing neat, kind of like socks. Kind of thermal socks.
The thermals.
Okay, no
No
thermals.
thermals, no corset.
Lena is not a thief, and she doesn't have that.
You're not
Online
a
joke, who is it?
Yes, I am. I'm proud of that.
Thank you so much. Hey there.
So for both of you, I was just wondering what it's like to work with Sean Bean on the first series.
Well, he's very chatty. He's very chatty. No.
Talk about thieves.
I mean,
would take everything.
Did you have a lot more scenes with him? I didn't have many scenes with him, like where it was just me and him. Just very down-to-earth guy, I guess. Just quite like I don't know, just a proper northern dude.
Beanie.
Yeah.
You know, he's great, Sean, but he does nick everything. Yeah, he does. Yeah, at the end of the day, you go, I've got some biscuits, and he'd open his jacket and every type of biscuit, and then he said, I'm gonna have socks in the trailer. Yeah.
I do remember
He loves to
once,
steal.
like, you know, they'd obviously cater for all the cast and the crew, nice food. I did overhear him once being like, I can't do a northern accent, but he was like, no, I just want a ham and cheese toasty. And the guys were like, well, we just don't have any of that stuff. And he's like, just want to have, and he got someone to drive about an hour away just to pick up a ham and cheese toasty from like the closest shop or something. But I remember that. Nice guy.
He's a good egg.
He's a good egg.
Thank you. Fun memories with Sean. How are you?
Hi.
So my question is, how do you think the dynamic between Joffrey and Cersei will be? If Joffrey was more like Ramsay or Prudence was more cunning or calculating, how do you think things will be?
If Joffrey was more like Ramsay,
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not sure really. I guess, yeah. I feel like the dynamic that was there in the books and the scripts was sort of interesting to me enough because you could see, yeah, the control slipping away at some point that Cersei once had, and him asserting his dominance as a young boy, a young man. So I don't know how it would change if he was more like Ramsay.
Well, I think it would have been a different thing. I think the joy of Cersei and Joffrey is
Yeah.
that it's that tale of caution of like,
Yes.
you know, you have to discipline your children sometimes.
Yeah, because you have a 16-year-old.
great, you know, joyfully is not like
Okay,
Joffrey
Yeah.
or Ramsay.
Yeah. But yeah, there probably is something there that a lot of parents can relate to in an extreme version. But yeah, seeing your child grow out of your grasp and become someone that you know, maybe you didn't intend them to be. I don't know.
That's a great question. Okay, round of applause for this cosplay.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal. Hi there.
Hi, Queen.
Those are great costumes.
Yeah, that process was always magic. Like I'm such a costume fan, and Michelle was amazing. Like when you meet someone who's a true artist like that, who puts so much thought and imagination and passion into what she does. You know, we'd have massive chats and try all these kind of materials on, and she'd always ask me how it felt and did you see it that way. And so it was a huge. She kind of let you in as the actor, which is always the case. You know, sometimes I like there's a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and you're like. So it was really such a joy to be able to work on a show like that. I mean, I loved everything. I didn't love it as in it was comfortable, but
quite tight.
it's pretty hideous, yeah. It's like taking off a massive bra at the end of every night. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. But I loved getting into it and I loved getting out.
I guess I was lucky because I didn't have any really heavy armor like some other dudes. But yeah, Chelsea,
You didn't complain a lot. You didn't complain actually.
I didn't have much to complain about. I'm sure I would have complained if I had something to complain about. No, I didn't really have much to complain. The crown didn't fit my head, so they had to sew it into my kind of hair, you know, skull. But then it kind of created a sort of a jaunty angle, which I think helped the character. No, just working with a costume designer like Michelle, it's just she kind of helps you find the character, and it's an amazing aid as an actor. So yeah, I feel very grateful for her. Thank you, Michelle. I know she's watching. She's here somewhere. Thank you, Michelle.
Don't be shy, Michelle. Thank you so very much. This is perfect. We're going to do 3 final questions here before we let them get back to the celebrity area. Hi.
There's lots of good ones.
Is it Hufflepuff or Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff.
Harry Potter.
Somewhere in between.
I know. Sorry. This is her dry wit. This is the dry wit that she
No one
brings.
gets it. No one gets it.
She's too believable. She's too good of an actress. I don't know. There's lots. I don't know. I guess the Starks are pretty good.
I mean, I'd have a dragon.
You'd like to have a dragon, yeah? I guess so.
Yes, of course.
I just like. No, I liked being a Lannister. I wouldn't want to change. Slash Baratheon, I guess. Yeah, I like that one. I guess a dragon on the side. I wouldn't say no.
The side of dragon. Thank you. Hi.
Hello. Obviously, the characters are classified as villains and antagonists. I'm just wondering if it's your parts where you thought actually quite sympathetic in this role and their humor as well.
I don't know if many moments like that come to me with Joffrey. I don't know, I think he was just too much of a brat. I don't know if there were moments of... I'm sure he could have developed some humanity if the circumstances were different, but I don't know if you saw them in the show. I don't know, what about for Cersei?
Well, I think for you, brilliance of you and Joffrey was, I mean, you were amazing, and I think it is that thing of his age that he didn't ever age out enough, because R.I.P., but we never saw him grow enough to have an experience that required anything other than what he was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was so protected and ruined by that.
Yeah, I don't think he had much of a chance. Obviously, Natalie Dormer's character, you know, she was there to kind of try and massage his ego, but also bring him into a different mode. So maybe that would have changed. But yeah, I guess just his lack of maturity just was too much. But yeah, what do you think of Cersei? Any moments of humanity? Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah, she was, you know, for her children, even though it was wrongly, she made some bad choices as a parent.
But you could see the love, you could see the care and maternal instinct that she had.
Yeah. And her longing to be sort of seen for what she brought, I think.
She was very layered. Totally agree. Great question. Thank you. Our final question. No pressure. I'm sure it's going to be great.
No pressure.
No pressure.
As you'll be aware, with or without reading the books weren't finished when we started filming cinemas. But were you told about your character arc through to the end, or did you have to discover through each series or each script?
I think I just Googled it when I got cast. I went on Wikipedia, you know, and they just do the book summaries. Genuinely, I think that's what I did. So I was like, okay, around season 3 or 4, I'll probably get the shot. So at least I do. But yeah, I wonder, how did that work for you? Versus, yeah, I guess
You Googled. What? I love that you Googled it.
of course. Because I guess, you know, I don't know how it worked behind the scenes, but, you know, there was obviously the books as the source material, that was the guiding light, but I mean, I guess they could have done anything they wanted, hypothetically. So they could have changed it, but I guess Joffrey's death set off in motion quite a lot of important things. So I was probably bolted on, but yeah, did you have any inkling as to what would happen?
I can't remember the series they knew. I think it was either 3 or 5, like they knew what they were going to do, and then they were freeballing. So you kind of had an idea. You know, writers always say we're thinking this for you, but then nothing's ever promised. So, you know, you'd wait and get the scripts, and I think we all used to kind of flick through and we were like, I don't die.
We survived.
It was always a surprise. But then if, you know, David and Dan called you up for dinner and you were going to die, that was the death bell.
Didn't they do that to Alfie once, or did they
tricked.
write a fake scene for him?
Oh, yeah.
No, they did something like that. Pretty mean.
Yeah.
Frank.
But also good.
Also for me.
Thank you so much. No one wants to get invited to a death dinner now that we know it's behind the Game of Thrones situation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I think I speak on behalf of everyone here. Your performances were so incredible, and I would have been an honor to see you interviewed, you know, separately, but what a dynamic duo you are. You've been so much fun. Thank you for all those behind-the-scenes stories. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you for your
now get back to
questions.
the celebrity area.